My name is Omer. I am the founder and director of CurrencyMate, a partner of Mark Lane. What did I do before CurrencyMate? I worked at the National Australia Bank for about 7 years, and prior to that I worked in the foreign exchange space with OFX and MTFX. What's broken in the industry is that the salespeople, the account managers, the people that deal with clients, they're undervalued, undercompensated. Especially as time goes on, we're seeing this a lot more with shifting goalposts and changing commission structures, meaning that the people that bring in the value, the revenue, that service the clients every day, they're under-rewarded. That's been my observations in the last 10 years in the industry. What triggered me to look for something else was my experience across 3 different large corporations. I've noticed that the story is somewhat similar at all 3 and in the industry. So I wanted to build something that is aligned with my values and something that rewards me based on what I deserve. There were a few moments, especially recently, that made me consider looking elsewhere or other options. Is when I've learned that one of my colleagues who had less experience than I did had a better commission structure than I did. And that really made me question why that was the case. And I brought this up with the management, and unfortunately the result was the same. So that moment is when I realized I need to make a decision for myself and move on. The reason why I didn't move on earlier was that I had commitments, financial commitments that I needed to consider. And also I was afraid of the unknown. So I needed some push, some encouragement from elsewhere. And that's where Mark Lane came into place. One of the common pain points that a lot of clients raise is constant account manager changes, contact person changes. And the reason why this happens so regularly is people move on because they feel they're undervalued and they're under-rewarded. So they decide to go for a career change. How did I hear about Mark Lane? I've worked with Alfred previously, starting at 2021, and we built a quite strong relationship at the time, and I really admired his leadership style. And it was simply me just giving a thumbs up on one of the posts that he put up on LinkedIn, and he immediately reached out to me saying, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, what's going on?" And it was just one phone call, and that was pretty much it. So starting a new business is a total new concept for me and a new step for me. And I've always thought that I need to gain the knowledge, the experience, and build the right networks before I can move on to something new. And of course, you build a certain level of comfort working at an office where you know you get a paycheck every fortnight or every 2 weeks. And I thought, I've done this for 10 years, and now is the right time to take the next step. That thought came to me when Alfred reached out. Prior to that, I really never had the courage to even think about it perhaps. But when Alfred did make that call to me, and when we had the conversation, and knowing that I had his backing and his support, I thought this is the right moment to do this. This is the right time. I was already quite frustrated with my commission structure, the changing goalposts every quarter, and I simply wasn't happy with where I was in my career. I knew I could do more. I knew I could do more for myself. Being a Mark Lane partner means I own the book, I run the business, I manage the relationships, I manage the brand. From start to finish, I control everything within the business. How I portray the business, my logo, which clients I want to reach out to, where I want to focus. I have full control of it. And I have the right support system around me to give me that support, where I can really build something that is in line with my values, rather than working for a company that has constant changing leadership, restructures, where from one year to the other, the values are completely different. I thought, let me build my own business, my own name, my own brand, and I'll target the clients that I want, and I'll build something valuable for myself and my family. How do I feel about starting my own business and joining Mark Lane as a partner? Look, there's a lot of uncertainty, of course, but if you have the motivation and the drive to build a business and a name for yourself, that keeps you going every day. So that keeps pushing me. Every morning I wake up, I know that I'm going to be contributing towards something that I'm building of my own and my own brand, rather than going into an office, working with people that no one really wants to be part of the company. So building my own business is going to give me the financial resources that I need to build something valuable for my family, whether it be buy a house, and we all know in this economy and in Toronto, It's more difficult than ever. So I had to take the next step, which is to start my own business and start the business that I have knowledge and experience in. Instead of building a business for someone else, I would like to do that for myself and my family. Previously, I had to be in the office every day, and I didn't have the ability to go and focus on those clients that bring the most value to my book. But now I can actually go in person, visit them, and understand their business and see how they operate. That way I can have the right conversations with them and offer them the right services. Of course, I have a Turkish client that I'm very close with. My background is Turkish, and we've had a relationship for some time, but we had never met in person previously. But now I actually went to his office and see how he operates, meet the people that I speak with on the phone regularly, put faces on the names that I see every day. But now we have a closer relationship, which means he's more loyal to me, and I support his business, right? I deliver value to his business. So it's a mutual connection, and now that's stronger than ever. If you are frustrated about your current provider, it's probably because you're not getting the right support. With the larger providers, you're just a number, and that's pretty much it. The most common pain point for businesses dealing with foreign exchange brokers and banks is that they don't get the right support. They don't get the white glove service that they need. And that leaves them alone, because the FX world can be quite complicated. And the FX world is more than just a rate. It's more than just a number on the screen. So you always need the right support, the right person to help you with building a right strategy to protect yourself against those volatilities. So with larger firms, you're overlooked. You don't get the right support. You're simply a number. Why should a client pick me? Firstly, I will pick the phone whenever you call me. You will be my priority no matter what. On the other end of the line, there will always be a person to speak with. It won't be a chat box. It won't be long wait times in a queue. It will simply be a call. And if I'm on the call, it'll be a voice message and I'll call you back right after. Well, you've been in the industry for a while. You know the industry quite well. You've built the book. You know the potential. Why make that money for someone else when you can do it for yourself? If you want to learn more, send me a DM on LinkedIn.